Я прямо за тобой. Good day.
Слышали новость? Императора убили. Прямо здесь, в Скайриме. Богами клянусь. Если Темное Братство способно на такое...
Еще одно новое лицо. Видишь ли, я из Хаммерфелла. Мне никак не упомнить всех, с кем я знаком.
Клинки, шлемы, практически все необходимое.
Anytime, friend.
Броня и
Not
оружие,
now.
выкованы лучшим кузнецом.
Что тебе нужно? Погляди. Прощай.
Что тебе нужно? М? Погляди. Прощай.
Погляди.
Если ты ищешь наемника...
Come in and shut the door. Hello, friend.
Посмотрим, что мы можем найти для тебя.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Да благословят тебя боги, и пусть земля содрогается под твоими шагами.
Welcome to Bits and Pieces. I'm sure you'll find what you need here. Hello. Кто-то зовет мой товар мусором, но для меня это сокровище.
Take care of yourself.
Подайте монетку ветерану. Ну что?
Hello, friend.
О, спасибо! Да благословят боги твое доброе сердце!
Always good. To you, friend.
Auxiliary?
Well done indeed. This will be of great service. Here is your... Our mission is to... General Tullius expects much of me. The Empire must hold the bridge.
If you're looking for a room, you want the 4 shields.
Хочу тебе кое-что сказать. Давай в другой раз.
Если ты ищешь наемника, то он перед тобой. Нет меча сильнее во всем
Yes.
Скайриме. В Скайриме лучше не странствовать в одиночку.
А вот и не поймаешь. Папа говорит, мне нельзя с тобой больше играть.
And what should I do with it? Work the fields? I know my worth. And for one with my... And unless some wealthy uncle shows up with gold spilling out of his pockets, the only viable alternative... What's that supposed to mean? Someone like me. You mean someone who is young? I am affable. I am sweet. I am the most devastating beauty Skyrim has witnessed in 5 millennia. And you are evidently blind. The cracks in my... I beg your pardon? I am a Breton. It's no secret we have elvish blood in our veins, and like our Dunmer cousins, our fine lines are considered beauty marks. I inherited. My mother was a hard woman. I remember we had an orc servant. Beth. She gave the poor sod a... I don't have to imagine how much they hurt. I know the taste of it all too well. Yes. Only the beatings weren't enough. One day I asked a servant why he puts up with it. And he told me... I learned a valuable lesson that day. The one with the gold makes the rules. Those without it are prisoners. Those with it can forever live free. That's absurd. And if you overstepped your bounds, I could pay someone else to put you down. And in fact, there are so many ways to kill that the best way... And who do you with no yard? Helgen was indeed a military outpost, and that is precisely what made it profitable. Leave then.
Я все прихожу и прихожу сюда в надежде понять, что другие находят в этой легкомысленности.
Тебе сложно угодить, Ула.
Мне легко угодить. Достаточно, чтобы в замке было чисто, постели были разобраны вовремя, а Эрди не путалась под ногами. К сожалению, так бывает нечасто.
Отлично. А теперь сыграем что-нибудь повеселее. Начинай, Атав.
Жил-да был Рагнар рыжий героем, он слыл как-то раз, он в Айкран ненадолго прибыл.
Уже лучше, Атав. Попробуй побольше выделять Рагнар и Рыжий.
Помните, ваша задача — донести песни до слушателей, зажечь толпу. Увлеките их, и они будут в восторге.
В последнее время ты отлично выступаешь, Айя. Тебе все еще нужно учиться, но однажды ты станешь хорошей певицей.
Да, декан, спасибо.
Я была
Осталась
удостоена
неделя до твоего
Вот так.
сольного
У меня нет денег, чтобы заплатить.
Я надеюсь, завтра
Но я
услышать
могу
тебя на
показать тебе пару
репетиции.
трюков,
Понятно.
которым научилась от волшебников в Винтерхолде.
Be careful out there. Госпожа Тея говорит, что мой
Позволь
голос
мне об
хорош,
этом
почти
судить.
так
Самый
же,
младший
как и
бард
другие.
коллегии к
Но она
твоим
меня
услугам.
недооценивает.
Always good to see a fellow bard.
Wintery. No, wintry. It betrays its wintry master. That's it. Let's see that fool of a Nord top this. Only the greatest poem ever conceived. I can't wait to see the look on that stupid Nord's face when my very words rise from the page. How should I know? He's the one who started this quarrel, but I aim to finish it, and I just about have just 3 more lines.
Осталась неделя до
Why
твоего
wouldn't I have
сольного
animosity for the one who continues to
Я надеюсь,
befoul my
завтра
honor?
услышать
And
тебя на
I've challenged him to as many duels as he has fleas. But he has bribed, cheated, lied, and stolen to ensure his survival. Now he's simply
Позволь мне об
simple.
этом судить.
Words trap.
Продолжай репетицию.
My verse will. It is not death I speak of. Of course. Which deal shall I relate to you? The 2 I recall most. Sure. Of course, as there are no weapons in the I would have won. Still, I would have trounced the cur had he. As you wish. Certainly. Which deal would you like to hear about? Ah, that. But I told him it was a drinking duel. We spread 21. It would be given to the winner. Yes, the brute went for a haunch. I made no guard. With that, victory was a sure. Because he was up. Then, like I was about to do, I said our weapons would be wine bottles. I've sent him off on an important errand. Nothing more needs to be said. Well, typically, yet I have made significant progress nonetheless. Perhaps you would like me to bless you with a verse? Very well. I won't read it. It's most of the time we make sizable don't. Couldn't keep away, could you? Too tempted by the chance to hear perfection, Even if you aren't inclined to listen to poetry, it's so rare that anyone reaches the pinnacle of anything, as I have. Very well. If you wish for perfection, you shall have it. The cave is the heart where the dragon tongue sings, and the torchbug pens poetry upon a naked leaf. As I have no heir, I plan on donating everything I own to the college. I don't know his name. You'll know. And much like those drakes of Blackmar, easy. The smell he... I dare say he must be a werewolf of some kind, the way he drags his hairy knuckles on the dirt. A lucky guess, no doubt. Clearly he's throwing spit to the wind and hoping it hits something other. Yes, while there are countless deeper meanings, the basis of the poem is about how caves are a home for the undead whose winter never... A hereditary affliction. I have my father's eyes. It is a mark of noble ancestry. Certainly. What song shall I play? I see. She may have composed the tune, but her voice doesn't do it justice. Allow me to realize its full potential. Snow. I don't like that my monetary don't... What song shall I play? I see. This one isn't original in and of itself. I heard it sung by a bard in training over at the Skeever. She may have composed the tune, but her voice doesn't do it justice. Allow me to realize its full potential. Snow falls on all the land, all the land, all the land. Snow falls on all the land, shrouded by dark wings. A child prayed unto the gods, save the land, save the land. And the god said unto the child, to Skyrim come spring. For a hero does walk the land, walk the land, walk the land. A hero does walk the land, the dragons will flee. Flowers bloom on the land, children walk hand in hand. Sun shining on white sand, to Skyrim comes peace.
Даже подумать об этом грубо. Больше Но кроме того, финны пока лютня, которую они... Что? Мне, конечно, никак не заплатить тебе ее настоящую цену, но я могу обучить тебя паре приемов из своего опыта.
would you like to... What can I do for you? What would you like me to play? A fine request. I'd be happy to play this for you. Bards often share tales of heroes with flair, like Ysmir and Olaf One-Eye. But none can compare to Wildy the bear, who moved heaven and earth with her cry. It began with an oath to drive out the foes, the dark ones whose faces were white. They built boats that were long, men 500 strong, on tears that flooded the night.
Hello, friend. Мне есть чем... Человек, который ее записывает.
Always good to see a fellow bard.
The bear spun wind from the air and wrestled a storm from the sky. Wind in their sails for glory they hailed, the ghost to the rim of the sky. But none would be there if not for Ildy the bear, whose voice was the echo of nine.
Госпожа Тея говорит, что мой голос хорош почти так же, как и ее. Но она меня недооценивает.
А мне
О,
кажется,
тебе
что в
обязательно надо
большинстве историй
послушать,
все как раз
как
наоборот.
поет декан
Что,
Пампа.
правда, можно просто выдумывать? Это как-то неправильно.
Good to see you. Mm-hmm.
You know what I love about the Bard's College? It's not the stories or the festival. The best thing about the college is the friendships. Don't mistake healthy competition for hate. In the end, we're all part of the same family. For the next 10 minutes, today's my last day. I'm going to travel Skyrim for a bit and see if it can inspire me. Maybe I'll run into you again someday. After all, Nirn's a big place, but a small world. Good to see you. To say the least, Aya has been. And I have Yorn. A natural one. You see, we're similar in a lot of... We both got deep, baritone. There's only one real difference between us, but it's a big one. Ha ha ha, no, but I guess you have a point. What I meant was we have complete... He likes the big, sweeping, which is fine, but I prefer tales about people. My work focus... I've given up music. I also tend to take a lot of... Yorn and a lot of the Nords might not approve. But I feel an outsider. He's the brother I never had. Some people think of competition. But either way, the important thing is they're competing. All right, what would you like to hear? Certainly, one of my favorites.
Я так... Только между нами.
I have
Мне
walked
кажется,
the
что
endless
в Корее
grains
меня
with
недолюбливают.
only the sun as my priest. Water is but a beggar's meal, fleeting in the life of a desert king. To live in the Alikir is a life of emptiness, with only your spirit to guide you. Yet here in the prison of the heart is where true men find salvation.
Ah, good to see you. Always good to see a fellow bard.
Придворные никогда не признаются. Но мы боимся Сибилу Стентер до смерти. Хорошо. Пора резать,
Что тебе нужно,
крошить
друг
и
мой?
печь.
Always good to see a fellow bard.
И как ты терпишь этого
Congratulations on getting the
хлыща,
festival
Фиаду?
restored.
Однажды я видел, как Фиада попал стрелой при... между глаз одному из мародеров черной крови. Сос.
Come on!
Only the dead find peace in Sovngarde.
Эй, гляди, пещера. Хочешь знать, что там внутри?
I'll distract it.
Тебе не всяк век!
Повестилки.
Теперь ты поплатишься!
The white taint, monster. Watch its breath. It's the source of its strength. Hollow smite you. Slay the dragon. Fight me, dragon. Let's see if the tales are true. What Talos?
Я с радостью убью тебя своими руками.
Ancestors grant me strength.
Тебе нельзя, я тебя убью!
Damn rebels.
Теперь ты поплатишься. Тебе не спрятаться от меня.
Вот ты где! Пришел твой конец!
Что это было?
Иди и сразись с изгоем.
Тебе не победить!
Yours is quite handsome. You should cherish it. A mortal has but one, although he wears many. Brave or bare, pale or plain, little is said, but in time all is written, in forests of grey or in barren canyons of earth. And when the night draws its curtains on twin suns, all that is left is nothing. All that was is hollow. Tell me, traveler, of what do I speak? Correct. You understand then that to wear many faces and to be without a face is the end. But that was then. Such limitations do not apply for those who turn the dead into the living. Perhaps you would like to volunteer that lovely face of yours for a makeover? Before the worms decorate it with freckles? If you wish to hear my credentials first, then know that I am a disciple of the hollow-faced men. Yet, I digress, for what you require first is a name. I am Yethrael. True, although I hail not from Hammerfell, still, I could not be farther from my native land, as well as my adopted one. I spent 40 years in the service of the Hollow Faces, learning the bending of bone and the dance of flesh. I spent another decade studying under the ancient covens of Devil Rock to study the art of bestial transformation. When I finished my training, it occurred to me that those who ply their trade in deceit could use my services, so I decided to return to Morrowind. Yet the Morrig tongue is no more, and the guilds are as brittle as the undead. Skin changers, flesh dancers, the tribe of the wandering faces, the hollow-faced men of Nohotogra go by many names. Like the chirurgeons of Cloudrest and the slave sculptors of Aliad lore, they are masters of the art of molding flesh. Yes, as their existence is as much folklore as their abilities, I trekked to Hammerfell, unsure if my steps were made in vain. For 7 days and 7 nights I marched across the dunes of Alikir. I collapsed on a nameless dune, surrendering to the heat and the vultures that loomed overhead. Yet, as the birds descended, their faces lost all expression, their eyes as hollow as midnight. As it turns out, they were not vultures, but men, nomads, crossing the desert. I pleaded for water first, and for direction second. The 3 nomads obliged, and led the way,